Okay, I think that's us up and running. So good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome and thank you for joining us today. And thanks for choosing to watch our webinar on Zoom. I'm John Moffat. I'm a director at Benson Wood & Co. We are chartered accountants and business advisors, and we're based in Airdrie in North Lanarkshire. We work with many owner-managed businesses, and we provide a number of services, including business advisory, accountancy, tax, VAT, bookkeeping and cloud accounting services and payroll services. So I've got a couple of other speakers today helping me out, and I'll introduce them. First one is Jacqueline Walmsley. She's an accountant with us, and she's recently qualified as an ACCA. So congratulations again to Jacqueline. And we've also got Chelsea Cyril. She's also an accountant with us, and she's been an experienced member of our team for 6 years now. So they're both experts in cloud accounting and various apps. So they're going to share some of that with you today. Just some quick admin points. You'll see a Q&A box as we're on Zoom. So if you've got any questions as we're going along, if you type them in the Q&A box, and we'll do our best to answer them at the end. So again, welcome to the webinar. We've called this webinar Business Challenges Heading Out of Lockdown. And this is the third in our series of Business Challenges webinars. Today we'll cover, first of all, it'll be Jacqueline covering diversification and adapting to changing commercial realities. And then I'll cover considerations when selling online. And then Chelsea will cover cloud accounting and app stacks. So as we're all coming out of lockdown, we're all looking for certainty and clarity, and our aim is to help provide you with some of that today. So I'll start clicking through the slides, and that's just us, pictures of us. And introduction we've covered, I've gone through what we're covering, so it's now over to Jacqueline, who's going to talk about diversification. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jacqueline. I'm one of the accountants here at Benson Wood, as John said. So I'm going to be talking about diversification today, mainly. So what do we mean by diversification? So diversification is essentially branching out into different markets and expanding your business to offer more products and services alongside reducing risks. So what to think about when we're considering whether to diversify? There's a few things. Firstly, the current economy. What's happening in the economy? Is there space in the market? Will it be profitable? A second consideration is the law. Do we meet the legislation and regulations of that market to be able to advance in that market? Thirdly, tax implications. Obviously, with increased revenue, there will be additional costs in tax. There also is implications on the VAT element of things. An example of this would be if you essentially sold children's clothes and decided to diversify to sell adult clothing, there would be a change in VAT as children's clothes are zero rated and adult clothing isn't. Another consideration is your competition. Do you know who your competition are? What are they up to? What are they doing? And lastly, the consideration is the cost and the availability of the products that you're looking to sell. Are they within our budget? And are they readily available for us to procure and be able to pass on? So next slide, please. So the most important factor to any business is having a finely tuned business model. However, even the most robust and successful models weren't prepared for last year when the global pandemic hit. This meant that people really had to think on their feet and adapt as quickly as possible as restrictions constantly evolved to ensure that their business could still make money and survive. Next slide. So during that time, a lot of companies then diversified, and they could do this in three ways. So they could bring a new product to an existing market. An example of this would be the rise in outhouses that people have in their gardens seem to have been converted to pubs. So that was a new product that people were really jumping on selling, and people were buying and installing them in their gardens. Another example would be an existing product to a new market. So an example of this would be a lot of our favourite restaurants maybe only had customers coming in footfall through the door, and they were highly successful. However, they never had anything in plan for a delivery or a collection service. So what they could done is use their existing product and moved into the delivery market, and that way they would still reach their customers. So they diversified into that delivery market. And lastly, they could bring a new product and service into a new market. So anyone with kids might have a Disney Plus subscription. What Disney actually did, and a few of the other large streaming giants, is people weren't able to get to the cinema physically due to restrictions and lockdown. So what they did is they looked at how they could get around this and still increase their revenue by releasing all these big films. So Disney actually started releasing products on the same day as what would have been a cinema release, and charging an enhanced payment of £20, so the whole family could enjoy these blockbuster movies from the comfort of their own home, whilst Disney managed to increase their revenues. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits of diversification? One of the main benefits is not getting left behind. You're moving into different branches of the market and you're expanding your reach. So it reduces the demand for a single product line, meaning that having multiple product lines, it produces more income streams, and it also reduces the risk of a lost revenue. If one income stream maybe isn't coping so well, you have additional ones, you've still got an income coming in. So it improves your success commercially. People will remember in a pandemic who stood out and who really was there for them, and going forward, who is more accessible with the products that they need. Next slide. So if you are thinking of diversifying and you're ready to go, what is there to consider? So there is a few factors to consider. Firstly, you need to identify the products and the services that you would like to provide alongside the ones that you currently do. So, and the next step would be you're going to target your existing markets. What markets are you going to enter? You really need to know kind of the marketplace that you're going to be going into. How are you going to drum up demand? Are you going to be looking at advertising? Are you going to use word of mouth, flyers, all these different considerations? Lastly, and probably one of the most important things are, what are the costs going to be? Is it going to be profitable? What's your markup margin going to be? What are the competitors charging? Well, if you've considered all of these things, then the next slide, please, we can help. So we can provide numerous things that will help you and assist you to decide whether you want to diversify your business. So we can provide monthly or quarterly management accounts. Essentially, you'll be used to getting financial statements that are usually prepared around 6 months after the year end, meaning that the data sometimes can be a bit historical and out of date. We can provide monthly or quarterly management accounts, which give a more real-time effect there. So you'll be able to monitor your income, your outgoings, where we can maybe adapt and stretch things, or also where we can rein expenses in. Alongside that, we can provide forecasting and budgeting, and above all, we can just provide a friendly chat and advice, because we have a vast range of knowledge and expertise between our staff for different sectors who would be happy just to have a chat, and obviously carefully planned means less vulnerable to any changes. So thinking back over the last year, as an example, we have a client who was extremely successful in the letting and sales industry. He had a lot of money, it was going really well, he managed to save up a lot of money in his bank, and he thought, well, what can I do? So we had a chat with him, and what he did is he decided to branch out and start purchasing investment properties with the vision of renting these out or renovating them and then selling them on. So he is now in the middle of doing that, just about to start renting out his most recent one. And that there is an additional income stream coming into his business that he can rely on just as additional money. So yeah, diversification definitely does work, and we're here to help if you need to know any more about it. But that's me for now, so I'm going to pass you on to John, who is going to chat about considerations when selling online.
Thanks very much, Jacqueline, for that. That was great. So as Jacqueline said, I'm going to be dealing with what to consider when selling online. So the first thing to mention, more than 85,000 businesses launched online stores on marketplaces within the first 4 months of lockdown. And the UK is now the third largest e-commerce market in the world. So it's exploded, especially since coronavirus. So setting up a new online sales business can be very exciting, but it's not without its challenges, as with all things in life. So there are certain steps that all businesses need to consider. Okay, so there's different types of e-commerce business models, online businesses. So the first one is probably the most simple one. That's business to consumer. So the business will sell to an end user, and as I say, that's the most common. We've also got business to business. So in that scenario, a business will sell to another business. The other business will often resell to the consumer. The third model is consumer to business, in which case the consumer sells their services to companies. So an example of that are now sites called Upwork and Fiverr, and people with expertise sign up for that, and then they sell their services to the business. And we've actually used that when we've been getting some marketing materials provided in the past, and it's been great, and you get people competing, so it's a great marketplace. And then the last one is consumer to consumer. So these are marketplaces that connect consumers to exchange goods and services. So the most common one you'll come across is eBay and Gumtree and things like that. So just to mention, yeah, some of the platforms that are available, the most popular ones you'll probably have heard of are Shopify, AliExpress, Etsy, eBay, not in the high street, Amazon. But lots of others, as you can see there, which are available as e-commerce platforms. So how are goods and services delivered to their customers? So you can deliver direct to consumer. So, and that's again a simple scenario. So the business will provide their goods directly to their clients. White label, you'll see that on Amazon quite a lot. So you'll apply a name or a brand to a generic product which you purchase from an existing distributor, and it means there's low setup costs. You've got no development costs there, but you can have your brand on it. Wholesaling, that's a very traditional sales method. So you'll sell your products in bulk at a discount to, say, a retailer who will then sell on. Drop shipping, again, this is, cloud accounting systems can link up to inventory systems, and you can sell items which are fulfilled by a third-party supplier. So, for example, if you are, say, buying a washing machine of an online seller, the washing machine will probably be delivered direct from the manufacturer, so by a middleman. So again, it's another way of selling. And then subscription services, selling goods without stepping foot into a store. So lots of people are providing subscription services now. It's not just wine sales and things like that, monthly wine clubs, lots of other things now. Different payment methods, and again, we can help with, in terms of your online software, getting these set up so that you can accept payment by PayPal, GPay, Apple Pay. You'll have seen an explosion in Klarna, where customers can pay up interest-free over a period of time, traditional BACS payments and Visa. So we can help with the setup of that to make it as easy as possible for your customers to pay you. In terms of business to business sales, you've got to, again, when we're setting up your cloud accounting systems, we can help with getting everything on your invoices that need to be. So you need your name and address, invoice dates, descriptions of goods and services, amounts, your company details, trading address, invoice numbers, and names and address of customers. So you can build up databases on the cloud accounting systems, which easily enter all that detail onto the invoices, so it can be fully automated, that process. And in terms of bookkeeping, accounting, again, HMRC require that you keep adequate records. So when you're setting up in business, that's very important to get that right. So again, cloud accounting systems ensure that you've got copies of your sales invoices to the consumer on the system. Purchase invoices are linked up to the system. Expenses, claims forms, petty cash receipts, bank account statements, credit card statements, and loan finance HP accounts. So all these documents are linked to the cloud accounting system all in one place, and it means you're totally compliant for HMRC and Making Tax Digital. So some of the benefits of online accounting, and we've got lots of clients who have benefited from this over the past few years. So integrating your existing systems. So if you've got a sales system and a stock system, you can integrate that into your cloud accounting system. So everything is connected and linked in one place. Real-time collaboration. Allows sellers to work in real time with their accountants. So what Jacqueline mentioned, we can produce monthly management accounts for you. We can look at your data all the time. We can both log into it at the same time. We can chat through your figures. We can do your reports on the figures, and you've got real time data. It's not looking at historical information now. It's all in real time and all current. So it allows you to make decisions there and then, and not miss an opportunity. Automatic updates. So a cloud accounting system allows you access to the information you require. As I say, it's real time. Everything's kept up to date. It's all current. And so, for example, you can be sitting on the beach in holiday and get into the app on your phone and see all your business details if you're that way inclined. If you're like me and while you're on holiday, you want to see how your business is going on. So our team can help you. So we can help you set up all your systems on the cloud, get all your real-time information, monthly management accounts, and help you out. We've helped, too many to mention, but we've helped a great number of clients getting set up on systems, and it makes their life a lot easier, and it gives them clarity and certainty going forward in their business, and allows them to make decisions. So that's my bit. So we're now over to Chelsea, who's going to tell you more about cloud accounting and app stacks. Over to you, Chelsea.
Thanks, John. So our third and final topic of today is cloud accounting and app stacks and how they can benefit your business. So it's easy to lose sight of, but managing your information effectively is fundamental to your business success. And at a basic level, it means your costs don't exceed your income. At a more complex level, it can mean ensuring that an order would trigger the provision of relevant goods and services, and then this could issue an invoice and the subsequent credit control process within your business. And at a sophisticated level, it can mean having very detailed data about the overall performance and efficiency of your business. And usually to get this information, it's highly automated. It's coupled with highly automated processes. And to get that level of information management, it might not seem feasible for your business, but it's easier than you think. Next slide, please, John. So one of the ways is to use a cloud accounting package such as Xero. It gives you real-time information about the financial performance of your business, and it offers various ways of analysing the financial information. You can integrate seamlessly with your business bank account, and your accountant can have access. Next slide. But potentially what's more significant is to your business is you have the ability to integrate with a wide range of apps and the app stacks. So for example, there's HR, there's payroll, there's client management, and it can be integrated in a modular way which can be built around the needs of your business. So you can have apps dedicated to specific processes. So they draw information from each other and they export information to each other automatically. A couple examples which are shown below of the apps are Dex Prepare. So this is an app which allows you to electronically capture and upload your receipts. There's BrightPay for your payroll and there's Pipedrive and HubSpot for your CRM. Next slide.
That means client relationship management, I think.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
That's right.
So, as well as having the apps just mentioned, there's also various industry-specific apps. So, for example, if you were in the hospitality industry, you could get an app for reservations, and this could link directly to your client management system. And the result in having such a highly automated process that reach right across your business, streamlining work and reduce the need for manual data entry tasks. It could save you time, it could save you money, and it could reduce the risk of an error. It also means you have access to cross-reference how different elements affect your profitability. It gives you a greater scope to optimize your operations and ensures you're focusing your investments in your business in the areas that you're most likely to generate the greatest return. But as always, it's crucial to select the right combination of apps for your business, and our team can access the core processes of your business and and help you select and implement them. For example, we could set up your Xero. We could link your bank feed so it brings over all your transactions within your business bank account. And then we could integrate Dex Prepare to your Xero, which we've briefly mentioned, but you take a picture of your purchase receipts and you upload them, and this is sent over to Xero and it links with the payment through the bank account. But there's over 1,000 apps within Xero and they cover a full range of functions. So there's data tracking, for example, and that's Chaser. So for one of them, for example, and it automates invoice chasing. So another function is payments, and that could be Stripe, and that makes it easy to accept various payment methods for online invoices, and you can send from Xero. But this is just two of many. So the best thing to do is to speak to one of our team, and we can make sure you have the correct apps in place for your business. And that's the end of the topic. Thanks very much.
So thanks very much, Chelsea and Jacqueline. And we've got a Q&A box which I can't access, but I think Chelsea, you could see that just to see if there's any questions that anybody's asked during it, and we'll do our best to answer.
Yep. So we've got a question that says, with restrictions lifting, do you feel that the need for diversify isn't as necessary now? It's probably best for Jacqueline.
I would say that diversification, as long as your business is doing well, diversification and moving into different markets and expanding is always a good idea. The base that you need to know is really the position that your business is in right now, and then we'll take it from there. So the best plan, if you are thinking of diversifying, is obviously to speak to us, your accountants, get a full picture of what's going on financially and take it from there, and we'll obviously advise you the best that we can. But absolutely, if things are going well, then diversification is always a good idea.
Great. So another question we've got is, how much a month does Xero cost, and do I need to keep my paperwork if I use Xero and Dex? So I kind of covered the cloud accounting side. So Xero is £24 a month. You can do your invoicing from it. That would be a standard user, and you wouldn't need to keep paper copies of your paperwork, because they would be on the cloud within your Dex Prepare and also within your Xero. So there's no need for paper records. And I think that's all the questions we've got.
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks again to both of you, and thanks for everybody for attending today. And we'll be back next month with another webinar, which we'll announce in due course. Remember to link up with us on LinkedIn, and our website is benson-wood.co.uk. I think telephone, here we go. There's Jacqueline.Walmsley@benson-wood, Chelsea.Sirlett@benson-wood, and myself. Telephone number is there, and don't hesitate to get in touch with us if you need any help. And we'll see you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
so much. Bye.